Hi guys. Wanted to come make this video today. I've actually been wanting to get back to my videos, but I've just been I'm gonna say in a little bit of a transition um, with everything. It's working out very well. Um, I'll know next week how it's really working out, and I'll come back and let you guys know. But um, today I wanted to make this particular video as I was just thinking about things. Um, and I started thinking about just relationships in general. And I started thinking about how this whole new concept of dating is with some people, because everybody doesn't operate like that. Um, but dating has become so complicated. Dating has become just the relationship between men and women has become so competitive. It's such a battle. It's such a like a fight. It's like some crazy audition. It's just, and then even putting your best forward is still a lot of times not. It doesn't matter, and it's like people just don't want it. And that's kind of what I wanted to talk about. Um, just the overall way relationships are now, and how I don't care how we look at stuff, how we change stuff, how we cause things to be a certain way. At the heart of it all, and at the heart of, um, at the end of it all, you still got to treat people right. You still have to have integrity, have some morality, you have to be trustworthy. You have to be a good person. I mean, it's kind of like the laws of the universe. What you put out is what you're going to get. And I look at the fight and the battle that especially black men and black women are uh, with relationships today. And I don't mean just like men, I don't mean just like husband, wife, lover relationships or whatever. I'm talking about just relationships in general. I mean, it's just not good right now. And I'm not at this point pointing fingers or talking about whose fault it is and all that kind of stuff. I don't really think it matters at this point. Um, but with those with all of that being said, here's the thing that I started thinking about. You know, I really can't think of anything else in life that works the way people have changed relationships uh, into, and it still works. Now, let me explain what I just said. Um, just simply put, it used to be boy meets girl, girl likes boy, boy likes girl. You get together, you flirt, you date, you whatever, you want to be together, you get married, you have family, um, house, job, whatever, family, friends, you live your life together, you know. Now, in all of that, of course, it's good and bad, you know. Um, and so I just look at how relationships have changed so much that even that simple concept of the boy meets girl, girl like boy, boy like girl thing, it's like even that has changed. excuse me, so much that it's like you're auditioning now. Like it's like guys have an issue if the woman is too pretty, she ain't no good. She gonna cheat, she a hoe, she whatever. If she's not attractive, well, she can't get no man. Uh, Good job. We don't care about your job. We don't care about your education. You know, strong, independent, or let's just say women with good jobs, good careers. Let's say they have made it up the corporate ladder or whatever ladder uh, they are on. Those women get talked about. Those women, oh, they're not gonna get no man. They don't have no man. They're not gonna keep no man. Everything. Um, okay, if she's humble, if she's not assertive like that, and she's sweet and feminine and everything, then she gets used, manipulated, played, you know. And so it's almost a thing of, especially, and maybe I'm being biased because I am a woman, but it just seems like you really can't win today. It's like men are not, they'll say they're looking for good women, but they really are not. Um, I guess that's for a lot of reasons. But when we look at the aspect of all of these dating coaches and dating gurus and things like that, and the things that they say, generalizing women, uh, saying that women are just basically at the crux of it all, no good, they're the devil, they want to use you, they want to hurt you, and at the end of the day, like I say, generalizing women because they put you all, they put us all in one big box and say, this is how they are. This is what they do. This is how they act. And when I look at a lot of that stuff, I look at the fact that it depends on your age. A lot of those things depend on your age. A lot of those things depend on where you even live in a country. Like what part of the country? You from the South? Are you from the Midwest? Are you from the East Coast? I mean, it all of those things make a difference in how you come off or in how you relate to things and what you think and what you believe and how things work for you. I mean, it's so it's such a silly thing to just group people, and it's amazing to me because especially us as African American people, we have been judged and grouped forever since we've been here. Um, and or let's say since they discovered us here, because well, this ain't about history, but many of us were already here. So it's just, it's, you would think that we as a people would be the ones who would be so much less likely to be grouping, generalizing, you know, but that's the way it is with relationships. You all, everybody get put in one box, and it's almost like an insanity that is going on. And we don't apply that same rule of, I'm just going to say, do unto others as you would have others do unto you, uh, to dating and relationships. Like we are so far from that. Like so many men have taken on the attitude of cutting women down, putting women in their place, uh, knocking them off their high horse, don't tell her she's pretty, don't tell her she's intelligent. Don't it's like dog them out, hurt them, belittle them, demean them, be a damn narcissist. Women, I've heard men say that good guys get passed over and looked over and all this kind of stuff. Of course, so many of them say that, and they want you to talk rough to them, talk crazy with them, don't call them, don't and then they just gonna run and just be all over you. You know, without going into all that and trying to break that down, because it's gonna make the video too long. Um, Once again, that's general. That's very, very general because that wouldn't work for me and doesn't work for me. First of all, because of my age, being a middle-aged woman, being from the South, um, and just how I was raised. I mean, a guy talking to me crazy, cussing me out, treating me, disrespectful. I mean, I'm just, no, that don't make me want you. That's usually these little young girls who I see that like that kind of stuff. And ones who like to fight and like to argue and like to, like I don't like that kind of stuff. Like I don't care what anybody says. When you argue with me, when you hit me, when you're nasty, mean, rude to me that says you don't want me around, you don't want to have anything to do with me, and it's like mutual. I don't want to have anything to do with you, especially if you can't talk to me right. If you don't think I deserve respect and whatever, uh, not calling me, not keeping in touch with me, not giving me attention and all that. I see all over, listen to these dating coaches and stuff. Oh, that's gonna make her just go crazy. She's just gonna love you. She's just gonna wanna, she's gonna be calling you and she's gonna be looking for you. Yeah, no, no. That's gonna tell me, because I'm from the old school of action speaks louder than words. So that's gonna tell me that you don't want to talk to me. You don't want to be bothered with me. And so I'm gonna leave you alone. I'm gonna leave you alone. So, you know, maybe the young women that works on them, because they get anxious and anxiety and, oh, do you like me? Do we? Yeah, I don't. Mm-mm, you know, I'm going to assume in my head that you don't like me or that you are too busy or you got somebody else or whatever. I'm not going to waste my time um, with all of that. So getting to the point of this video, it just makes me, you know, these things, n- these gurus and so forth, you know, are telling men that that is what works. You know, being hard, being bitter, not letting her into you. Not letting her in your heart, not letting her know anything about you and things like that. Like that works, and it doesn't, and it doesn't work anywhere else that I could really think of in the universe. Um, just plain and simple. Even the Bible tells you that you catch more flies, or you draw bees with honey, or you draw, you're sweet to people. You are kind. You use kind words, kind thoughts, kind actions in order to draw people. Nobody is attracted to tyrants. Nobody is attracted to anybody that is trying to hurt them. Nobody is attracted to, unless there's something going on with them that their comprehension and there's other psychological and biological and all these things going on with them that causes them to not be able to really fully grasp, you know. But most normal people um, get it. You don't even, okay, let's use the example of a job. So you're going to this job. Um, you're going to this job and, you're trying to get a job at this company. Let's put it that way. You're trying to get a job at this company. You go there, you're dressed nice, you look nice, smell nice, you're sitting there, you got your resume, you got your briefcase and everything, you got your best face on. And they sit down and, they basically ask you, well, tell me about yourself and why do you want to work for this company? And, what do you think you could bring to this company? And, what type of assets and whatever do you think would make you a good candidate for this job? And then you start going into this tirade about how this company stinks, how it sucks, how it doesn't pay anything, how it's not worth my time, how uh it's not gonna move me up and make me or give me good promotions, or it's not going to do anything for my life. I'm not going to be here on time. I'm not going to stay here. And I mean, you start talking like that in the interview instead of putting your best face forward and saying, I'm here to work. I'm here to be dedicated. I think that I would be a great asset to this company because of thus and so, my experience, um, my credentials, the fact that, I want to come here, contribute, and make this company even better. And I feel like I can do that. Okay. That's usually how a normal person is going to present themselves. Why doesn't it work that way in relationships? Like, why? Why has things changed to where men don't want to compliment women? Like men, some men, please know I'm not generalizing and talking about all men. There is a section of men who feel like, um, I don't need to impress you. I don't need to do anything to get you. Like, I'm not going to fight for you. I'm not going to protect your honor. I'm not going to, and it's just amazing to me because, like I said, nothing else in life works that way. Like, you can get nowhere else in life being nasty, being insulting, being rude, being mean, being a horrible person, a liar, a manipulator, a trickster, and yet still continue to think and believe that you deserve a good person or you're going to get a good whatever in your life. Like, I don't understand where, or people not even thinking far enough ahead to realize that that ain't gonna work. Like, it just boggles my mind how these men, some of these men act that way and put forth that type of persona in getting women and really think that that's gonna get a good woman and keep a good woman because you're knocking her down, you're humbling her, and I mean, like, I'm gonna give y'all a secret, guy. Women are gonna change. Women are gonna always be high maintenance. Women are gonna always want money. Women are gonna always need support. Women are going to always want compliments and want kindness and at the end of the day, when you just look at it as a people thing, men want the same thing. I was thinking the other night, I said, I wonder how many men would volunteer to come back to the universe. Let's just say you die and come back, whatever it is you believe. Let's just say you die and you believe that you come back, reincarnate, whatever you want to call it, and would volunteer to come back as a woman, dating and being around the type of men that are out here today. Like, how would you feel, or would you be willing to take that on? I don't think a lot of men would. Like, I don't think a lot of men would sign up for that because they already know. They see how they treat women. They see how their friends treat women. They hear what these men are saying. That's why I don't understand why they're doing it. Like, I don't get it. Like, if they would get out of their pride, ego, and their bitterness and hurt, they would see that they wouldn't even want their moms, their sisters, their daughters being treated like that. But so many of them have taken on such a wounded spirit and such a spirit of offense, really, that they just don't care and they're just not thinking. And one of the things about life is you're definitely going to get back what you put out. I mean, it's karma, it's the law of the universe, it's just going to happen. And I just don't think these men who think like that think far enough into the future of the fact that not building relationships, not creating relationships, not creating any legacies. And when I say that, I'm talking more of your children, your lineage, your heritage, and it being a good lineage and heritage and things like that. I just don't think they think far enough ahead into the future to realize that sleeping around with 1,000 women, not taking care of any children that you may have, not just being a good person, calling the mama bitches and hoes and, just treating her bad and the children see it and all this kind of stuff. Um, being selfish, being manipulative, just being, not caring about who heart you break, trying to hurry up and get in and get out of relationships, or don't lose nothing. I still got all my money in my pocket. I still got my car. I still got my apartment. I still got my home. I still got my job. But at the end of the day, with all of that, not building a relationship, not building lineages and heritages, or heritage, inheritances, not building all those things that bring about good relationships in the long run. When you think 30, 40 years ahead, and I know that's hard to do if you, especially if you're a teenager or in your 20s, 30s, whatever, you're not thinking about when you're 50 and 60. Nobody does. I didn't either, you know. But at the end of the day, when you get there, when you start getting close to there and you're sick or you're crying or just life hits you, you get sick. Of course, you don't know. I mean, because it could happen to anybody. But I'm just saying, if life just hits and you've been bitter and nasty and didn't want to form relationships, and you knew that you've been really effed over some good women or whatever, and they're not there and they're not in your life, and let's say, you're either you had no relationship with your children or your children are gone or whatever, and still you didn't have no kind of relationship, whatever. What are you gonna have? Like, who are you going to have? Like, when life gets hard and gets real, like, who's going to call you? Like, who is going to come to your bedside? Who is going to be there for you? You know, I work, uh, I work with the elderly, and I've worked with the elderly pretty much most of my life. And it's because I want to. I like to work. It's rewarding for me. And I have seen people at the end of their lives, many people dying with no family, nobody around, nobody even really calling, and people hating them until they die. And the ones that I see that mostly is men. I see it mostly with men, you know. Um, got some bad women, you got some bad moms, some bad whatevers. But at the end of the day, because women are much more relationship oriented and relationship more interested in building relationships, and especially single moms and things like that, just women in general who have friends and things like this. They haven't shoved people away, they haven't hurt people all their lives. Now, I mean, nobody's perfect. We all have hurt people, we all have done things in our lives. But I mean, just in general, most women are much more relationship oriented. It just kind of is what it is. And so women will build these relationships and they will try to keep their family together and keep the children together. And, even if there is no man there, a lot of times, that mom is just everything to their children. You know what I'm saying? I mean, they are just. And at the end, as I said, most women are not going to be alone and lonely and die alone and die without people, and and so many men, unlike so many men who have burned so many bridges and hurt so many people and just not been good people and just been selfish and just wanted to, like I say, screw 1,000 women, keep all their money in their pocket, and just live for themselves and live. I mean, it's such an empty, dark, bleak life. And I would just encourage people to think a little bit harder. It might seem like you winning right now because you got all your money and you got everything to yourself and everything, but at the end of the day, relationships have always been about sharing, togetherness, companionship from the very beginning, no matter what we believe, whether we believe in Adam and Eve or not, or the Bible or not, still that concept of man not being alone is still the same today. Ain't nothing changed about that, that you don't want to have somebody in your life, and because you may not want nobody this month, you may not want nobody 5 years from now, but you are eventually going to want and need relationships. I mean, it just is what it is. And if you've been nasty, ugly, mean, insecure, manipulative, and all that to people, you know, I feel like it's time. I think you don't need to wait till your deathbed. I mean, like every day is a new day. And I think now is the time for us while we're still living and breathing and got good blood running through our veins, nice warm blood, and we're in our right minds and fairly healthy. It's the time to start making amends. I mean, it really is. It's never too late. But if there's people we've hurt, if there's people that we know we done wrong, if there is people out here telling you that you don't need nobody, you don't need relationships, like there's a song, some kind of rap song my daughter was listening to the other day, and I was listening to that song, and it was saying something about F everybody, and that's why I ain't got no friends, or something like that, and I don't need nobody and all this. I thought to myself, man, how sad. How sad for you to really truly think that you don't need nobody. We say that stuff usually because we mad or hurt, but at the end of the day, we all need somebody. All of us need somebody at some point in time or another. We do. And part of this, I mean, the reason for my channel and the reason that I chose the channel name of Living Better, Not Bitter is because that's just what I see out here. Just so much bitterness and everything. And it's just time every day that we wake up and have grace to wake up in our right minds and be okay is another day that we could be making amends the best way that we can. Doing good to people. Start with one deed, just one deed. Just do good for somebody, open a door for somebody, let somebody have a parking spot, help a lady with her groceries, whatever, I mean, I don't know about that really, because honestly, the way things are right now, yeah, I ain't finna give you my groceries. It's not. I mean, it's just, I mean, and because we're in a society right now where you can't trust nobody. You know what I'm saying? But in order for that to change, it's going to be each person making a change, doing it with inside themselves. I mean, the universe is not just going to magically make everything wonderful. It's us, and it starts inside of us. And we are the ones that have to begin to make things better. And it's never too late, So many men, with broken relationships with their children and things like that. I mean, if they're grown, call them. If you ain't been there, I mean, they might hang up on you. I mean, start somewhere. Send a card, send an I'm sorry, send a can we sit down and talk and have some coffee. I mean, do, even if it is your fault, Work on it. Move your pride and your ego out of the way and learn how to build and say, I'm sorry, I made a mistake. I was a young, dumb fool. I was, and when we do those things and we start doing those things, it's going to begin to lift those heavy burdens from us. And it's going to help us clear our conscience. And it's going to help us feel lighter, feel better. And they may not forgive you. They may not ever forgive you. But that's really not your issue. The fact is, you took a step, you took a chance, and you cleared your conscience. That's what it's about. That's really what it's about. And, you know, if they do forgive you, then there you go. You built another relationship. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, like I say, that's what I want to put out on these on these on my channel is learning how to live better and not live in that bitterness and hate or hurt or any of that. You know, one of the things I know that works a whole lot is I have healed from circumstances, situations, and things by just writing whole, just write it all down. Just write it all down. And once I write it down, I don't have to mail it. I don't have to, give it to them, whatever. I can put it somewhere, or I can pray over it, or I can burn it, or I can, like right now on my altar, I have what I call a burden bag. And it's just a plain old Ziploc bag. And I put my daily troubles, I put my confusion, I put my things I want to change. I put all of that stuff inside my burden bag and I have it right there on my altar and I continue to add to it. It could just be something in the day that, I'm holding on to it. You know what I'm saying? Just a hard, rough day at work or whatever, and I'm holding on to it. And I want to release it. I want to let it go. And so I write it down and I put it in that burden bag. And I'm telling you, um, I don't think about it anymore. You let it go. You let it go. You learn how to let go. Asking for forgiveness, asking for, trying to change, you know, apologizing to people or what have you, or just simply trying to change your ways, getting that therapy, listening to, I mean, YouTube has all of the therapy that you need really seriously right there, just on, I mean, without even paying a doctor. I mean, there are so many self help videos, there are so many good positive things to listen to and watch, personality things on just on YouTube that can help you build and grow, reading books and all these kinds of things just to make yourself better. You got to start somewhere. Like I say, you got to start somewhere. You can't sit and wait for everybody else to change. The change is going to come from you. The change comes from inside of you. And the change comes from you admitting to yourself that you need to change. And we all got it. We all got work. I'm not talking about, women being better than men and things like that. The point of what I was saying is that most of the time, and when you look at things today, women are just really more in tune and wanting to build relationships more so than men. It's like men are just absolutely out here running, you know. I had to get to the fact of realization of telling myself that it's not me. So many women all the time, every day ask themselves, "Oh, what is it me?" And maybe I'm too this, I'm too short, I'm too big, I'm too, I'm too light skinned, I'm too dark skinned, I'm too, And a lot of times, what I see out here is that it's not so much, and I'm not trying to make women perfect. Please don't get that from what I'm saying. But a lot of times, what I see is just a lot of these men out here just not wanting relationships. Like they're not trying. Like they'll say they want a good woman, or they'll put out that they want a good woman, or pretend that they want a good woman. But at the end of the day, all they really want, so many times, is some good sex. Like it's really just about sex. It's not they want a good woman who not sleeping around with a bunch of men is what they want. They don't want a real true good woman in their life because it's not that's just really not what they're looking for. It's like so many men are just afraid. They're so afraid and they take all this stuff in and they listen to these gurus and they listen to these guys tell them how to what women like and how you're supposed to treat women and all this and half of that stuff is completely wrong. Nobody wants to be yelled at, dominated, controlled, and you know basically made a slave and made as nothing, no opinion, you can't talk, you can like really, why would you want to be that kind of person anyway? Like, why would you want to be that kind of I couldn't if I were a man, there's no way I would want some little weak, mealy mouthed woman who only speak when I speak, who walks behind me, who act like she's scared of me, act I mean, give me anything I want, everything I want. I mean, there's no pushback, it's no conversation, it's no I mean, how do you enjoy that? Like I couldn't imagine wanting to live like that. And I really truly think and believe that all these men out here that's asking for that and saying that they want that, they don't want that. They don't want that. I mean, how are you building relationship and whatever with people if you don't want your woman to talk and she don't have no opinion and only men talk, only men think and women don't and she needed to shut up and speak when she spoke. Come on, really? Like seriously, that is a animal master relationship. Like if that is seriously truly what you want, then you get a dog, like for real, or you get a cat, or you get a bird, or whatever. I mean, you don't want a relationship. I mean, because like I say, there's nowhere in life where that works. You can get nothing in life being nasty, ugly, mean, rude, and go to the store without any money and go up in there and talk to the cashier or the manager and tell them, look, you gonna give me this. I deserve this. This is what I'm supposed to have. I want that meat back there. I want 3 loaves of bread. I want, a 6 pack of beer. I want all of this. And then this is what I'm gonna get. And this is what I'm gonna have. And this is what I'm gonna deserve. I'm not gonna put no money on it. You think that's gonna work? And it just amazes me that men think that works with women. You don't want to give her no money. You're not giving her no money. You don't realize relationships. You got to have money. You got to have money to make things work. It's not, it just amazes me how so many men think that if a woman says anything about money, she a gold digger, she all this. No, this society is built up to where you need money really for anything. Like it amazes me that there are men out here who really think that, like I just said earlier, being nasty, mean, ugly, rude, demeaning, hurtful, all this is what's going to get them women in a relationship. Like it may get you some women, but she's gonna be crazy. She gonna be straight crazy if that's really the kind of relationship that she had. Let me tell you something, and then I'm gonna cut the video off. I saw it was a show that I was watching. I think it was on Netflix. I don't remember where it was, but it was a show, and this man, well, he was actually really a good guy, and he had this addiction or whatever, and he uh, just a lot of stuff going on in his life, and he fell back into this addiction. He met this woman, and like he was into like some different kind of serious role playing, tie you up type of stuff that he liked. And this woman that he was with, like he didn't even like she came off shy and cute and just, oh, I didn't do that or whatever. And so when he actually really got her home and got her into it, they had a few drinks and everything. This woman just like straight changed. Like started slapping him and all that kind of stuff and telling him, slap me, hit me back, or whatever, And she basically just was just going crazy and like, hit me, hit me, hit me, you know. And it's like he was like he basically had to like hold her and like, no, I'm not into that. Like, I'm not gonna do that. Like, that's not my thing. Like, I don't want to do that. And this woman just started crying. She just like literally seriously had a breakdown. Went into dude's bathroom. She ran into dude's bathroom. Wouldn't come out the bathroom. Wouldn't say nothing. Nothing. He go in there. He finally get the door open. I think him and his friend. Y'all might know what I'm talking about by now. I can't remember the name of that show, but anyway. Um, and went in there. She took a whole bottle of his pills from his medicine cabinet, and she on the floor passed out. I mean, abusive, rough, all that kind of type of relationship, and a woman who would want that kind of stuff. Like a woman, there are women out there who want men to beat them, hurt them, be mean, nasty. I mean, people like that got some serious issues. They really do. Because there's men out there who like abuse too. There's men out there who, are into that kind of old crazy, dominatrix, dominate me, whoop me, hurt me, tie me up, and then look, to each his own. I'm not even judging that. I'm not even judging that at all. Because some but people got different kinks. But at the end of the day, if that's what you want, if that's what you're into, like if that's what gives you pleasure, that pain and humiliation and all that kind of stuff, something that's not a normal behavior, is what I'll say. That's not a normal behavior. And so, I said all that to say that's not the way to do. That's not that's not the way to get a healthy, strong relationship, build a family, get a nice, decent woman, get that. I mean, because like I say, at the end of it all, when you come to the end of all this and you've kept all your money, you got your own place, you're there alone by yourself, you got all of your stuff or whatever, and when you really look at the end of the day around the holidays, or if you happen to, God forbid, get sick or whatever, like who's there for you? What relationships have you built that people are going to be good and faithful and honest to you and all that, And then I'm not saying either that being married or having children or whatever is going to ensure any of that either. But usually, at the end of the day, if you're a good person and you mean well and have good intentions and are not intentionally hurting people, usually those good things come back to you. Usually. And if it don't, at that point and at that time, the universe, God, whatever, will remove those people who do not need to be in your life, and He will replace them, or they will be replaced by good people, by honest people. And you have to pray these things. You have to ask for these things. We create our own realities by our thoughts and then what comes out of our mouth. So create that stuff for yourself. If you want good people in your life, ask for good people and then be a good person. If you want faithfulness, honesty, integrity, and all this in your relationships, ask for it and be that kind of person yourself. And it's like it's a foolproof plan, foolproof situation that it is going to come back to you because it has to. It's like a boomerang. It has to come back to you. And you have to learn how to see it because it doesn't always come in the package or in the whatever that you think it's going to come. It may be something like way over there somewhere down the road, but it's still yours. It's still there and you can still see it and you can still have access to it. You know what I'm saying? So, you guys, I think I've said enough. I hope you get what I was saying. Please leave me, a comment, a time in your life where, you have seen this, you've put this into practice of just being good and just being a good person and how it has worked for you, and it has, building healthy, strong, firm relationships has been a good thing for you, a good thing in your life. You'll draw good people, so leave a comment, leave a, whatever, however, whatever testimony or whatever you want to tell, or however you want to tell it, leave it there at the bottom in the comments. Subscribe, um, share the video if you want. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you for watching. Thank you all for being here with me. I saw that I have a number of new subscribers. Thank you so much. I really, I do this and share myself and my experiences because, in my opinion, it's about living better. It's really about living better, and realizing that you don't have to live in bitterness and hurt and things like that. And every single day is a new day to start over, to make things new, to make things better. And as long as you're above ground, you have an opportunity and a chance to change your life and make things better and live in a better way. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Until the next video, I'll see you next time.